This is Backdoor Boink, where we welcome every side of everyone. Please note, this is an 18-plus podcast. It's time to put in some earbuds if you don't want to answer awkward questions from your children, family, or friends. I'm Kayla, a certified relationship and intimacy coach.
And I'm MJ, and I brought the lube.
In this podcast, we explore the behind the scenes of a weekly wellness topic. Our goal is to help you feel good, be naughty. Thank you for checking out our After Dark, After Hours podcast. You can find more information, including our YouTube channel, social media accounts, events, Discord, and products at boinked.com. That's www.boink-ed.com. Now, let's get in that back door.
When you're ready.
I already hit the button.
You did?
I did.
There once was a man called Dave.
Don't spoil it. You know what? This looks great. We're just going to run with this.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess I'm stuck doing that one, huh?
Yep. Save it.
There you go. Saved.
Okay. Cool. So how you doing?
I'm here. I'm doing.
I don't... What does that mean? I'm here. You say that every time.
Uh-huh.
And it
doesn't... It means I'm here. I'm not doing good. I'm not doing bad. I'm here.
It doesn't answer the question.
Oh, it answers so many questions.
It doesn't.
It does. There.
We'll survive.
We will.
I will survive. There it is. The singing for the episode. Boom, done.
Perfect.
Yay!
And in other news...
We
bought a new mic for me today.
It's not here yet.
It'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, we did? You did.
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
Okay, I was going to say, because Boink already paid.
Right.
For your first microphone.
Right.
If it's not good enough, that's on you.
It's a little bit of a better quality mic than this one.
Wah.
But
these ones light up rainbow. Like, well, I don't care
this
what...
one will too. But it's a little bit different. But I'll be able to have it more in front of my face instead of propped up on a box.
Okay. Hey, don't harsh on the studio, man.
I'm not.
/ underground closet hole.
Basement, back corner, office, room.
Yeah, thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay.
Where's my outline?
You don't have one. I told you about 5 minutes ago what I thought we should talk about.
Yeah, you did.
And
you totally did.
You know what? If I give you the information too far in advance, you're going to sit and you're going to stew and we're not going to get that lovely sarcastic rah, rah, rah.
Oh, you will. You will.
So?
Buttons.
We can't do the same jokes over and over.
We can until you get it right.
We're 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, and we haven't even said what we're going to talk about, dude.
Muzzles?
Ooh, save that. Write that down. Hell yes. Gags and muzzles. Put it on the list.
I'm putting it on the list
okay.
as we speak. Gags and muzzles.
Gags and muzzles.
Well, some people put rings on it.
If you like it, then you should have put it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thought you were done.
I already hit the quota for the singing, so...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to talk about collars.
Woof.
Ooh, touche.
What type of collars?
We are going to be talking about BDSM collars.
Okay.
We'll save...
Pet play BDSM collars?
Or... We're going to talk about all of them.
Like a DS collar or... What kind of collar?
All of the above.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm going to let you finish putting that in your list because I'm going to do the thing I always do, which is throw a question at you. First thing out the gate.
Okay. So how do you like your collar?
I love my collar.
Or, as everybody else refers to it as, is your necklace.
That's a nice necklace. It's interesting. That's what I get a lot from people, which is fine.
Recently upgraded it.
Recently, yes. I need to put a new picture up on the website so people can see the lovely collar.
So you had a question?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to continue to refer to you as a top because for the most part in our relationship, I know you're a switch. I get it.
Yeah, well, whatever. Our relationship is different.
Yeah. Switchy bitchy. But for our relationship, you are primarily the top. And so for that reason, what's your take on collars? What does a collar, you giving me the collar, what does that mean to you?
What's your take on a wedding ring?
So that's what it means to you?
I mean, essentially, to an extent, and for everybody it's different. What did we agree upon? Some people will utilize a collar in the same way some people utilize wedding rings.
Mm-hmm.
Other people...
I'm asking about you, though.
Okay. I would say it's right on par.
Right on par. And I would say, from the bottom perspective, I absolutely 100% agree. 100% agree. That's what it means to me. That's what this collar means to me. Now, for some people, you're about to say, for some people, it can act as more like a promise ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then for others...
I mean, it could act as, like you said, a promise ring or an ownership even.
Yes, normally to be collared is to be, air quotes, owned. Yes.
Agreed upon.
Agreed upon, consensual, yes. Yeah. For some people, it just signifies playtime.
Yeah, there are play collars.
Yep.
It's time to play.
Time to
collar
play.
On.
Yep. So there is a whole variety of what a collar means to people.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole variety of what they look like.
Yeah.
Yours, for those who haven't seen it, is 3/8 rolled steel.
It's rolled steel with a hinge on one half.
And a set screw in the back.
And a set screw in the back.
With some Loctite.
It does not have locked. Oh, shit. Does it?
I don't know.
Oh, that's not funny. I haven't had to take it off. But this one is with titanium plating, so it has that holographic rainbow effect.
Yep.
But this isn't the first collar
that
I've owned in our relationship or I've owned in general.
I think your first collar in our relationship was a nice looking but cheapy little piece of flat metal with a diary lock on it.
Essentially.
For lack of better.
Yeah, it was a little heart-shaped diary lock that you could tuck around to the back.
And that was training collar, training bra, training collar type.
For some people, that would be an extreme.
Yeah.
It had a lock on it.
It did. But for us, it was, how do you feel about wearing it every day? Do you like it? Is it something, as opposed to some people who that is their collar?
Right.
And I'll be honest, I think it was like $10. It was cheap.
It was nice. It was exactly what we needed at the time.
Yep.
And my only problem with it was that
it never stayed on?
I eventually figured out how to pick the lock.
It's not hard.
Like I said, like you said, diary collar or a diary lock.
Diary lock. You just need a paper clip bent the right way and spin it.
Whoop, boop, done.
Yep.
And then we moved on to the rolled steel one.
Yep.
And then now the rolled steel with the titanium plating.
No.
What?
Your very first collar was that nice, shiny leather posture collar.
Oh, that's definitely what I would put in the play collar category. I don't see many people wearing those.
But that was the first collar I bought you.
Was it?
You wanted that collar. You pointed it out. And I sat at work one night and ordered it up.
Wow. All right. So for those of you that don't know, a posture collar is a very specific type of collar that would have to be probably like what?
3 to 4 inches?
3 to 4 inches tall.
Yep.
And it usually has a curve, so it fits like under the base of the ears, behind the back and base of the skull, and then hugs down under the chin.
The jawbone.
The jawbone.
Yep.
And that way, it requires that the wearer have straight posture. They cannot lower their head or raise their head, and it holds them in. It's like those cushion things that you wear when you have whiplash.
The cervical collar or the C-spine collars?
Did you just say
cervical
collar? We're leaving that in there. I don't even know what that is. The C-spine, is that what they're called? C-spine collars?
Similar, yeah.
It's like that, but thin and hugs the neck and usually has some sort of ring on the front or decoration or, I mean, all different aesthetic appearances. But that's a posture collar. All right. And before we go into different, it is a cervical collar.
Mm-hmm.
What? A cervical collar, also known as a neck brace or neck collar, is a device that supports the neck and spine. Why is it called a cervical collar?
I never asked in any of my classes.
We'll have to dig deeper down that rabbit hole because that's a far away from the cervix. I'm just saying. There's got to be somebody on here with a medical background who's going to comment and be like, here's why. But please.
More extensive than mine, yeah.
Yeah, please do. I always welcome information. I do handle it mostly well, to be told when I'm wrong. Moving on. So I will put this out there that a collar does signify the same thing to me as a wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I've worn many different collars than before I met you.
Right.
And that's why I specified that's what this collar means. My first collar was one that I bought myself.
But what was the purpose behind it? Was it a 90s stretchy because...
Oh, you're talking about the stretchy tattoo ones? The 90s stretchy tattoo collar things? Chokers?
Yeah, the Queen of the Blowjob chokers that you'd pick up at Hot Topic for $5 for a 3-pack.
Yeah. You can find those at the dollar store. They're coming back, and I love that. Those were great. I definitely owned one of those in the 90s, for sure. But no, I did not look at those as a collar. I looked at those as chokers. Just a type of necklace.
Okay.
My first collar I actually bought it from a pet store.
Okay. That's not uncommon. That's not unheard of.
No, I want to encourage...
There are a lot of cute little collars.
There are a lot of big badass collars.
And there's a lot of big badass collars that you can get at the pet store that mean the same thing as going and spending your money at a shop that specializes in BDSM and fetish wear.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it's your first or second collar, there's nothing wrong with going to PetSmart or taking a trip down the pet aisle at one of the box stores. See if you like it. Get a feel for it. It's better than spending the $80, $90, $100.
Or more.
Or more to realize it's not you.
It's not for you. Yeah, absolutely. I think the pet shop is a great place to start for a collar, leash.
The pet shop and Home Depot are so full of ideas.
So full. And so budget friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And that being said, I know you said your first, your second collar, whatever. I still have that collar.
Yeah.
And I still love it. I have it for sentimental reasons, and I would not be opposed to putting that on and wearing it out.
No, it still has your tag on it too, I think.
Yep. I made sure that I bought myself a tag with what we would refer to now as my scene name.
Mm-hmm.
It was not my given at birth name. It was the name I preferred to go by when out in that particular setting.
And that's totally fine.
I love that. I want to encourage people to do that for themselves. And that's kind of one thing I wanted to touch on. We're talking about these collars as being symbols of ownership, connection, marriage, commitment, like all these other things. I bought that collar for myself. What's your take on that?
Self-collaring?
Self-collaring.
What's the meaning behind it for you? Are you just wearing it as an accessory? Or are you wearing it because there's meaning behind it?
Well, the way you said that, just wearing it as an accessory.
Like you're putting on the collar and some earrings and a bracelet to match your outfit as an accessory. Just because it looks good with the outfit as opposed to putting it on to put it on and have some meaning behind it.
Okay. I will say that there's nothing wrong with putting it on because
it looks good.
It looks good with the outfit. Fuck it. Self-expression.
Exactly.
Your body, your money.
Now, those of us in the kink lifestyle are going to look at that collar and we're going to, if we are respectful in the kink lifestyle, of the kink lifestyle, we're going to look at that collar and we're going to look around before we approach you.
It's going to send certain signals, is what you're saying.
It will send signals, yes.
And that is the secondary. So first off, you could wear it just because it looks good. Second off, you can choose to self-collar as a way to send those signals.
Yeah. I'm not available or I am.
I am available. I am in the kink community. This is of interest to me. Like, this is where I roll in this whole shebang. Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with self-collaring.
Not at all. I will say a hot button topic, especially for some doms.
Well,
everybody's got an opinion.
Everybody has an opinion, and you know my thought on those doms are? They're not your dom.
There you go.
And are they even real doms, or is it just, it sounds cool to say I'm a dominant? I love reading the profiles, and yeah, sorry, I have to. I'm a 19-year-old master. Who the fuck, what? And you're in my wife's
DM box?
DMs, and you're in our friends' DM boxes. Yeah, no. You are nothing but a thirsty little 19-year-old.
Oh. You know what? He's going to make the perfect dom for some other young, and
One day.
they'll figure it out together, I hope.
And
I'm going to be the optimist here tonight.
And that's fine.
Because I was that young,
Mm-hmm.
and you were that young once.
Yeah.
Maybe not claiming to be a master.
No.
But also, if you have to tell people you're a real dom, are you though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where I stand on that one. But yes, some people do have particular opinions about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great as an accessory. I think it's great as a way to send signals if that's what you want to use it for. But there's also something empowering about it.
You put it on. You can take it off. You can make your own decisions.
Yep.
Yeah. There is something that to be said about putting it on yourself, collaring yourself, and if there's meaning behind it, sticking to those meanings. Even if it's just a reminder that, hey, I'm not going to get trashed tonight and go home with
just anyone.
I need to stick to my...
Yep. I own myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have a set of rules and guidelines and boundaries for myself. This signifies that commitment that I've made to myself to be a better person.
And when I hit the bathroom and see myself in the mirror, I'm going to see that collar and it's going to hold me accountable.
There you go. That's huge. That is huge. And the last reason that I came across, wait, did you have more to add to that?
No. I mean, you were saying that self-collaring is a hot button topic. Well, when you get in the kink lifestyle, everything's a hot button topic for some group or another.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been in this lifestyle for over 20 years. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like labels.
Yep.
They are what you make of them. Just because I say I'm one thing does not mean when you say you're the same thing that they are the same thing.
Right.
So you want to self-collar yourself. Don't let anybody tell you can't.
Look at you getting up on your soapbox.
Yeah, look at me in my soapbox. I'm just sick of hearing and reading all the crap about it.
The crap that there's one right way to do it.
Yeah. The one true way. I can get on that soapbox and join 3 or 4 other podcasts that I listen to about the one true way.
Really?
And we're all pretty much in agreement. There is no one true way. It is your way and what you make of it.
And what you have looked within yourself to figure out what is right for you and what you have communicated and consented to with a partner or partners. That's it.
The way you do it is the one true way. The way it's right for you.
True. But I mean, once other people are involved,
Right. Look at me sidetracking you. It's been a whole 2 weeks.
Yeah, we haven't had to do just this one-on-one in a bit because we've had interview podcasts.
And I've been sequestered to the other room. To hell with that other program.
Speaking of coming up towards the end of March, I guest recorded on a podcast called Lip Service. So I'll have to drop a link to that when it becomes available. Anyway, see, I did a shameless self-plug. Woo! I might be getting this business thing under control after 2 years.
Doubt it.
Yeah. So there's one last reason that I had not thought of that I did come across for people to self-collar.
Oh? Is that so they could hook a leash on it and take themselves for a walk?
Yes, absolutely not. Absolutely not. In the not kind of way. No, it kind of warms my heart, but it also, I don't know if it's sad or not.
Down in the cockles of your heart?
Down in the cockles of my heart, yes.
Or the subcockles?
Maybe even in the subcockles. Maybe even in the colon. I don't know. It's this sense of security that comes from wearing a collar paired with this anticipation of having somebody who will replace it.
So it's a temporary collar.
It's a placeholder. Yes, I recognize that this is something I look forward to when I find the right person. In the meantime, this is me being secure in myself and giving myself that sense of safety.
Don't look at me like that.
You looked like you're processing.
I'm processing. I mean, that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
I'm happy with myself, and I wish somebody would collar me, but in the meantime, I'm happy to collar myself. There's nothing wrong with that.
And hold this place for somebody in my future.
Yeah, it's a placeholder.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sweet. It's kind of sweet in a sad way.
I know somebody who I can see doing that.
Who?
I'm not mentioning names.
It's maybe only sad to me because I do have that experience now of having that collar that I feel that level of commitment with.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I was on the other side of it, maybe it's not so much sad as it is optimistic and hopeful and brightening.
That's some good wine you're drinking over
Oh,
there.
shut up. I need another glass. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thanks. You don't like it anyway.
I like it. It's just a little
Sweet for you.
sweet for me.
So now we've talked about the reason behind collars. We've gone over one style of collar, which was the posture collar.
Right.
What other styles of collar would you throw out there?
Well, there's the pet play collars.
Yep, which, I mean, again, go to the pet store. Like, if you're into puppy play and stuff like that, what better place than to go to a pet store to find that collar?
Yeah,
It's authentic pet wear.
we have some nice spiked leather ones
Yeah.
that we picked up a long time ago at the pet store for some event that we went to.
Yes, absolutely. I think for pet play, that is...
You can get the matching leash to go with it.
Uh-huh. You can get the chain leash. You can get the fabric leash, whatever those are made out of nowadays. I don't know.
With the reflective.
Synthetic. Oh, yeah, get the reflective safety leash.
That
Now-
way people see it when you're in the club and they don't trip over it.
Exactly. Yeah. Go take it to your rave. Boots and pants and boots and pants.
I hate you.
That'll be stuck in your head for days. Nope, don't do it.
Don't do what?
Don't give me an earworm.
What?
So let's talk about other collars.
Okay, I'll give you the earworm after.
Okay, fine. That sounded so wrong.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
Oh my gosh. What other collars?
Day collars.
Ooh, do tell. What's a day collar?
A day collar is a day collar. It is something you could... Well, we talked about your collar, rolled steel, hard lock. A day collar is more along the lines of a necklace or a choker chain, something that blends in with the...
Normies.
I wasn't going to say normies. I was going to say something that blends in with proper work attire.
Normies.
Yeah. Normies.
Yeah. You could wear to a family function and no one would look twice.
And grandma wouldn't think twice about it.
No. So I technically would not consider my rolled steel collar to be a day collar.
No.
By
Social standards.
popular opinion or social standards.
Right.
It's thick, it's heavy, and those who know. Those who don't know are still a little unsure. Like it leaves enough there that even if you aren't in the lifestyle, you question it. So
Yeah.
No, a day collar, I would think of something more a chain.
A chain. It may fasten like a normal necklace, or it may have a fancy little lock.
A fancy little lock. Yes, because when the locks are placed at the back, first of all, you're not going to notice. But second of all, they have designed some really amazing, discreet locks for these things.
Oh, they have.
They're absolutely fantastic. Like a little screw.
Some of them are set screws.
Yep.
Others are just a nut and bolt setup, but you need a tool.
Yep.
But they blend in.
Yes. And if somebody wanted a day collar, what would you suggest?
Do your shopping.
Do your shopping.
What would I suggest? I don't really have any suggestions. I guess it would depend on...
Etsy.
Well, yeah, and I can send people to a person who makes them in Arizona if they reach out. But yeah, Etsy. Look on Etsy.
They have some amazing day
Get
collars.
ideas.
Yeah.
And then look around and see if they have a shop elsewhere, because we know Etsy takes a big chunk.
Exactly. Yeah. Whenever it comes to Etsy crafters or purchases, I always suggest seeing if you can find a main online store for them or some other form of contact, because Etsy takes a huge chunk. If you're trying to support a small business or an artist, absolutely. Some of those day collars make me jealous.
Yes, some are very nice.
They're very nice. But I like function as well as aesthetics, so the rolled steel for me was key. And being a brat, having a collar that locked. And that's one other point that we might want to touch on. Now, you mentioned they could have a fastener, or they could have a lock. Is one or the other a more valid collar?
Nope. It's all the meaning behind it.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
What does it mean to you and your partner that gave it to you?
Or to yourself if you're self-collaring.
What does it mean? What's the meaning behind it?
Yep.
Is it something as simple as just leave me alone? Because if that's the case, buy me a collar. Buy me 2. They're small.
Oh my God. We'll get you a nice big posture one with spikes. Keep your fucking distance. That's what that one says.
Okay, but they got to be like 3-foot spikes.
Oh my gosh.
That way I can maintain my 6-foot bubble.
Okay. You got it. 3 feet on either side, right?
Yep.
Oh gosh. Yeah, the first collar I had sure as hell didn't have a lock. I said I bought it at the pet store. They don't generally come with locking mechanisms for you.
I think the closest thing to a lock from a collar at a pet store is going to be the little plastic clasp or clasp that you put the leather through or whatever material it is. But
I think a lot of them nowadays are actually safety clasps as well, so they
Yeah.
let go.
if the animal pulls too hard,
Yeah, or if I think it's supposed to be so if they get stuck. I know they have that a lot for cat collars.
yeah.
If they get stuck on something, it'll let go. But yeah, it does not have to lock for you. For
personal preferences.
for other people out there.
for the brat I'm looking at, I'm going to throw some JB Weld on it.
I am struggling to say that. It doesn't have to lock. Are you kidding me? The first thing I do when I see any BDSM gear is flip it over and go, can I lock it? Because if I can't,
How am I going to get out of it?
I'm not interested, right? Exactly.
Even the Velcro stuff, you try.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You try.
It's like, you better get those other limbs down because otherwise I'm coming for it. Just because.
Yep. Just going to brat out.
Brat out. Well, we went over this when I was a kid playing escape artist games. Yeah. So we'll blame that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. Anything else about collars that you'd like to discuss?
All sorts of different shapes and sizes, different meanings, different collars for different events, if you want, or not at all.
Or not at all.
We even customized your collar. We took that gift that I gave you, you know, the runner-up.
The runner-up gift.
Yeah, from the podcast we did the other week.
Yes.
Yeah, and we made that charm from that necklace I bought you fit on your collar. So it does look like a necklace, kind of.
Are you a little bit butthurt about that runner-up comment?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not butthurt.
Bullshit.
Bitch.
Yes. Collar is as varied as BDSM, as varied as the people that are involved in it. Like, it's...
Buy one that fits your personality.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be picked out by just the dominant or the giver of said collar. You can go in together and decide. Because who wants to walk around wearing something every day that they don't like?
If you choose to wear it every day. But yes, absolutely. Even when it's playtime, if that's what your collar is designed for is playtime, and you break that thing out of the box and you look at it and go,
It's kind of a mood kill.
A buzzkill, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, shop together if you have somebody else that is looking to take part in this. Now, also, some of these situations where someone is collaring another person may include...
A full collaring ceremony.
Yeah. Like full-on wedding style.
Yep.
We're making a thing of this.
Some people are. How serious are you? What do you want to do with it? I guess having a full collaring ceremony similar to a wedding ceremony.
Yep.
Before you put everything into that, what is the collar going to mean to the 2 or more of you?
Right. But yeah, it's not unheard of to have a ceremony of some kind. It's not necessary either, though.
Nope.
Ours was, hey, we got this in the mail. Let's put it on. Now, for my peace of mind, for our peace of mind and our dynamic, I do not take the collar off, nor do I put it on. That's just kind of a little standard we fell into.
You sleep with it on, you shower with it, you everything with it. Well, I mean, there are times where it comes off.
It has come off probably, I could count on
both hands.
Both hands, yep.
Yep. And those are things need to go to the doctors. They need to, or the dentist, they need to do the panoramic x-ray because it will throw certain things. It's
Medical procedures, I did take it off.
Airport.
I took it off once for TSA,
Mm-hmm.
or had you take it off me. So I did have to put it on myself that once when I got to my destination. But I did not like the feeling of taking it off myself at all. So on the way home, I just wore it through TSA. Hell yeah, I set off that body scanner. Hell yeah, when I go to court for any reason, anywhere there's a metal detector,
You get pulled aside.
I get pulled aside.
Big deal.
And I'm like, yep. And I just kind of
I-
wiggle it at him, you know?
I get pulled aside every time I go to court, too.
Why?
My clothes.
Oh.
There's metal rivets in the jeans if I'm wearing jeans.
Gotcha.
Just no big deal. It takes an extra... So just plan ahead.
Yep.
Plan to be pulled aside.
If you don't want to remove it, yeah. And work out that arrangement with your partner, if there is a partner or partners involved, as to the guidelines for when, how, why it gets removed.
Yeah. You have a collar key.
I have one collar key
And I think you keep it in the car.
in case of emergencies.
Yep. That way they don't have to cut it off if something were to happen.
Yep, that was my one ask. And it took me probably a good year before I asked for it. I was like, hey, with my anxiety, this is something that keeps crossing my mind. What if I'm in an accident? What if I get stuck? What if they need to administer some type of care? Yeah, I do not want them going at my neck with a set of bolt cutters. Thank you kindly. Can you imagine the look on their face, though?
Mm-hmm.
They've seen it all.
Oh, yeah.
They've seen it all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've worn it to when I get massages, and they're like, can you take off your net or not? Can you not?
Yeah, you've done that a few times and said, damn it, I forgot to take it off.
Yep. Oh, I had it happen at the doctor's when I needed an x-ray of my lungs. And they're like, okay, we'll just have you hold it up higher on your neck. You know, it's not awkward to me.
Anymore. I want to say probably the first month or two it was.
Well, that's because it was awkward as far as the weight and figuring out how to sleep with it, because it is very heavy and very sturdy. But as far as people commenting on it and stuff like that, if that was a concern, I probably wouldn't have picked this one, or I would have picked this one just for play, or...
In going out or around the house and maybe a day collar to wear out.
Exactly. Yeah. Find something that you're comfortable with. This is my level of comfort. But yeah, I think that about...
But... Okay, go back to the original question, and what does a collar mean to you? Not our collar, not the one you're wearing, but what does a collar mean? Are you going to approach somebody?
If I see someone wearing a collar, would I approach them? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, if you were single and on the prowl and whatever, would you approach them? Or would you stop and look around and be like, hey, because there again we go back to...
A symbol of
commitment
and ownership.
Commitment, yeah.
Well, you're talking to somebody from a bottom standpoint. So I'd be like, hey, fellow bottom,
Hey, groupie.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I wouldn't call them out like that. That's a no-no in public spaces. But I would probably walk by and say something like, hey, nice collar. And if they stopped and wanted to talk, great. And I think that would be a fair thing for nearly anybody to do. Hey, nice collar. And it's kind of just one of those nods to, yeah, I see you, I acknowledge you, I accept you, like, hey.
There you go.
That's it. And
you're
if
not
somebody
alone.
You're not alone. And if somebody wants to strike up a conversation, they'll reply to that compliment.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
One last question.
I have no outline.
I'm just going to put this one out there. I don't even know how I want to answer this.
No, fuck.
Should doms wear collars?
No, we wear belts.
Oh! I'm not even going to try and top that. That would... A belt is a severely underrated tool in a tops arsenal. It's a smacky, it's a thuddy, it's a...
Keep my pants up.
Keep my pants up. It's a not very safe cuff of sorts. But yeah, absolutely. It's a safety drop. It's, oh yeah. Okay, yep, you win.
It's a multi-tool.
It's a multi-tool. All right. I think that about sums up collars, which means we have just one thing left to do.
I'm waiting for your answer. Should they or shouldn't they? I gave you mine.
You know what? I like yours. I'm not even going to try.
So you're going to piggyback on that one.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. What else are you here for? Give it to us, baby.
Oh, it's very questionable. So when I started, when you said I'm just going to roll with this, and I said, oh, fine, I'll have to finish it later.
Okay, so the one about Dave that you started at the beginning of this episode, I don't think you should finish that one.
No?
We encourage legal, consensual acts of naughty natures. The necrophilia is not among them. So can you find a different limerick, please? Wow.
There was a young fellow of kings whose mind was upon higher things, but his real desire was a boy in the choir with an ass like a jelly on springs.
Oh my gosh, you went there. You fucking went there. You know what? As a
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Oh my gosh. My recovering Catholic brain immediately kicked in and went, it has been 27 years since my last confession. Okay. You know what? Funny, not funny. Not funny, funny. We're going to let that one ride. You take your sick, perverted ass and say goodnight.
Good night.
Thank you so much for listening. This was a particularly fun episode to record. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Please feel free to reach out to us anytime through the contact form on our website or drop us a comment here on the podcast. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, stay you, stay beautiful, feel good, be naughty.
Can Dave come next week?
What? No. Good night. Thanks again for listening to this podcast. I started Boink in 2022 with the goal to create a safe environment and culture for all genders and sexual orientations, to learn about and embrace every part of themselves and one another. We offer workshops, events, and various inclusive products, along with consultations to make sure we take a holistic approach to enhancing individuals' sexual satisfaction with themselves or their partners. I believe that when you accept yourself and your partner on the most intimate of levels, it filters out into your daily life. The World Health Organization recognizes this, saying sexual health is fundamental to the overall health and well-being of individuals, couples, and families, and to the social and economic development of communities and countries. So as long as you'll have us, Boink will be here. Kink-affirming, gender-blurring, sex-fulfilling. And you can find any of our details at www.boink-ed.com.